Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. Now, I went on a very interesting date, and it made me realize some things that I wasn't even aware of, such as body language. And I thought this would be a great speech, and I can offer some tips to any single people out there that is out in the dating world. It's a hard jungle out there, dealing with people, especially when you're on a date and you're hoping that it's someone that you like, and it turns to be a disaster. You can't wait to get out of that situation. So I want to just share with you body language. Tanya Raymond, she's a body language expert, and she said that all of us basically send out signals, and majority of the time we don't even know we're sending those signals out. Eye contact, from hand gestures, physical touch. So, just to share my pain with you, I was on a date. It was the first date. I was excited. I put on my good cologne. I had on some of my, finest threads. And so when I got in, it's just like a speech because you have an intro, you have a body, and then you have a conclusion. So the intro, I come in, she was already there, so she was seated, and I walk. And so when you walk, one of the main tips is as a man, you want to have your chest out. You want to show confidence. So my chest was out, I walked, and my mom actually had Barry White in the background trying to get me going. So I'm walking to her, and the initial eye contact. So I see her, she was sitting down, and I looked at her, smiled. It's another good tip. So I smiled. And as I came to her, physical touch, I grabbed her by her hand. She comes up, give her a hug. You look beautiful. Words means a lot. She was like, thank you. We sit down. Now we resume to the body. That particular part was really interesting and good. I was excited. But when we got to the body, things changed. So as we sit down, I'm looking at her. It's so good to see you. She was like, it's good to see you. I'm like, thank you. You smell good. Thank you. You look nice. Thank you. So how was your day? Day is good. I'm being attentive. So now my eye contact, looking at her, she's blinking her eyes at me. I'm like, okay. Trying to keep my eyes above eye level. So I'm aware of my body language. And I'm leaning towards her. I'm like, oh, okay, you had a good day. That's good. That's good. And so what do you do again? Okay, and listen. As we come around, the main question that guys hate. So, Freddie, when was the last relationship you was in? Body language. I didn't even know I did it. When it happened. Now they say that with body language, if guys start to move, fidget around, or they put their hands in and they're not opening their palms, they're totally distancing themselves from you. They're not engaged as they were if their palms were open, or if they were actually leaning towards you. So now I'm in defense mode, and I'm like, my last relationship, it was okay. And so well, how was it? I mean, what happened? We broke up. Everybody's trying to break up. I'm looking around now, not even looking at it anymore. Just, I can't believe. In my mind, I'm thinking, why did she even bring this up? I thought we were talking about her, me and you. So as we're talking, I'm listening. I'm like, well, it was just something that happens to the best of us. I moved on, I learned, and well, what about you? And the energy. So I'm looking, and as we kept talking, turning point, I'm no longer interested. Because as soon as I turned the subject back to her, it was like, I'm glad that you asked. My relationship, why do guys, they do everything for you, they show commitment, but then when you start to talk about feelings, how do you feel, what about our future, then they just shut down. And it just went on to a rant of her ex. And at this time, my eyes are looking around. Good enough, the football game was on. So I'm watching the game, but I'm nodding my head. But again, my hands are not even facing at this point. I've leaned back. Now I'm slouching. If I'm interested in you, I'll be leaning towards you. I'll be either a rat. I'll give you eye contact. Didn't even care at this point where she was at. I was just looking, okay, that's unfortunate. Wow. So, yeah, I hear you. Totally gone. People walking by. I see some other person walk by. Guys, we're looking around now. I'm looking around. Wow. Nice. Anyway, yeah, I feel you. Totally losing interest. I'm totally disengaged. She's still talking. And at this point, I'm thinking about the game, and I'm looking, oh my God, I hope they score a touchdown. Yes, and she was like, exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking. I agree. So, make a long story short, when that date ended, I was so happy. At that point, I was no longer engaged. But if she would have paid attention to body language, who knows? She could have been the next Miss Barbara. I'll leave you with this. Be self-aware. If you're self-aware when you go into a situation, learn to kind of be aware of your body language and what you give off. Because people can really be real attentive and pick up on what you're saying and what you're doing. And if both of them are not aligned, it doesn't matter. Body language wins. Second, eye contact. Keep good eye contact. Let that person know that you're interested and engaged. Women are very great at doing it. Us guys, I know I'm working on it. If the game is on, you're talking to me, you can hear me, but my eyes are dead on to the game. But if I'm engaged and I like you, I'm locked in. Keep me engaged. I'll also say we want to be aware too. Clean breath. It matters. Just saying. Cologne, smelling good, it matters. We get down to hand gestures. Keep the palms open. Touch is a beautiful thing. Nothing like when you have someone you're attracted to and they touch you, like I touch you. You don't know what this is. It's something that it does. It's like a seduction tactic. But touch is very good. Last but not least, I'll leave you with this. As you're engaging with someone, like I said, make sure that it's not just a one-way conversation. Like I said, body language and way that we reveal, if they're not interested, change the subject. Thank you.